Hey everybody, it's Tina Noir. I thought I'd do a video in regards to coloring with Ohuhu markers and the backgrounds. I just ignore the loud noise in the background. I'm running my dishwasher, so that's what that noise is. But I wanted to do this video because I have a lot of people talking about getting streaks when doing large areas. And I want to let you know there is one way to avoid that. I know I kind of covered it a little bit in the first video I did about coloring with alcohol markers. The trick is once you start coloring an area, do not stop coloring that area. Try to avoid going over the same spot twice if you can help it. If it's wet, you could probably get away with it. If it's not and it's partly dry, you're not going to get away with it. So this book here I got is by Lurza May. It is her kawaii food and dessert coloring book. There's 50 images in it. It is super adorable. I just bought it and got it like 2 days ago. But I normally don't like simple, easy stuff. But this kind of stuff I don't mind because I can shade and do layering and different things with it, and it makes it fun. So this one, since we have this area here, you can see where it curves around here. I'll show you a trick when you get to this part, because what I am going to do is I'm going to start here and I'm going to work my way around to this side. You can see the black line touches the outer line, so that's a good place to stop. Or actually, now that I think about it, I could start this side, go to this side, and then work way around this side. That way it'll avoid as many streaks as possible. But what I was talking about as far as this side, say it was like this on both sides, what you could do is color up to there, since this is the crease of the book, and you could work your way around and then way around again. That way when you get to this point, you won't go over the same spot that dried, but you'll come really close to it, and I'll leave a tiny bit of a blemish of the overlap, but you won't be able to see it, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to start over here, and also make sure the marker you're starting with and going to end with is not going to dry out on you partway through, because if you got to go digging for another marker, you risk getting streaks because you're going to be using two different markers. So again, I don't care about the outside right there, because that's just the border of the page, so I don't care. But you just want to keep going, quick, long strokes, or short, quick strokes, and just follow the image around. And once you get to an area like this, you kind of want to do that. But this is how I also, with my mandalas, when I get to big areas, and I use the chisel side, because that's the side I got open right now, to do big areas like this, because it does help avoid streaks when you got big areas like this. Now when I get to a spot like this, like see that corner there, I'll do that and like this, and just try to keep up with it while it's still wet. That way I'm not going to get streaks. And I went over that part I know, but it's still wet, so it's not going to affect it. And I'm not worried about going over that stem because that's actually a drawn stem by the artist. And even if I go over it with the marker, it's not a big deal because it is black. It's just going to make it more bold. So there's that. Let's see how it bled a little bit so I don't have to go over totally that spot again. I just quickly hit it with the marker since it's still wet. So when I get to spots like this, I try to do the quick long strokes with it. And see how I quickly went back to that side because I'm trying not to focus too hard on this corner because I don't want this part to dry. Cat hair. I didn't need you in the picture. Hi, Mr. William. I would turn the camera so everybody could see you, buddy, but I'm trying to do this. You know, once I start, can't stop. And I know you could probably see also with the banana how the peel looks kind of like it's turning brown. I did that with some blending and a couple different shades of markers. Alright. And thankfully, even though I touched that part down there, that part already dried, so I don't have to worry about the oil with my hands. Turning that one a really funky color. And this green has already been drying for over an hour, so that's why I'm not too concerned about my hand laying on it. So but that's all there is to trying to make sure you don't leave streaks. But you can see how I'm just trying to go over areas fairly quickly. And how I'm sticking to a certain curvature. Now, I'm not going to go over the stem on that one just yet because I don't want to color on the opposite side of that just yet until I get to this point. Reason being is because that line blocked that portion for me of the page, so I don't have too many areas colored at once, if that makes sense. Because if you color too many areas at once and you're trying to quickly do it so you don't get streaks, you're going to risk a spot drawing on you and you're gonna forget where you started and stopped, and it's just gonna make everything a mess. So it's good to keep track of where you start and where you stop. You can see I'm trying to hurry and finish that area while it's still wet. Alright, let's see here. But it's all about quickness. Now I do like this book also because the draw lines are fairly thick, so I don't have to worry about bleed too much. And I'm not going over that stem because I did color that stem. And again, quickly go over. And I know some people are probably looking at the white. Oop, I just bled over on that part. Well, that was just the page of that was white. I didn't color it all white. Now, if for some reason your marker does start to dry out on you, you can always switch ends. William, you better get off that desk. Oh, son of a bitch. Excuse my French. Turns out my cat is deciding to get on my husband's desk and knock shit around. Not the time to do it. I think it's my husband's wedding band he's playing with. He took it off to lotion his hands earlier and forgot to put it back on. And because it's shiny, the cat's gotta play with it. Okay, so we're gonna quickly switch sides here. You better not lose that. Now, I might get a streak there, I don't know. I would get up and get it from him, but I don't want streaks. So, anyway. I know I just got a little bit of bleed there, but that's okay. I can fix that with black marker. Make that a little thicker line so it doesn't... I gotta wait till it dries in order to do that, because if I do it while it's wet, then what's gonna happen is it's gonna bleed more. So if you do go over anything with a black marker, always do it after it completely dries. Now I am going to fix this part real quick with the Jelly Roll white pen. Like that. And then we're going to give the cherries a little bit of a highlight. see how I'm trying to avoid that. That. I've got one down here. It'll highlight on the banana butt. And then we'll give a couple highlights on the chocolate. And that's about it. You can see how it's starting to dry and how there's no streaks. So that is that. I'm gonna get off here now. We're just approaching almost 16 minutes too, so that was perfect timing since my camera likes to only do 18-minute videos. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I am planning also tonight, to go through the colored pencils to show you guys my colored pencil collection, since I know I had some people asking. I'm just highlighting the hearts real quick, and that'd be it. Take care, everybody.